I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Hello there YouTube, and welcome to another Freaky Future review. So, today I review Terminator 2 Judgement Day. Yeah! Terminator 2 Judgement Day, written by James Cameron and William Wisher. Directed by James Cameron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Robert Patrick and Edward Furlong. So this is a sci-fi sequel to the 1984 film The Terminator, where again in the future John Connor sends back a Terminator, the T-800, that tried to kill him in the first film, but he's been reprogrammed to protect John Connor and is good this time, and he's sent back to protect little John Connor in 1995, and Skynet send another Terminator model, the T-1000, Robert Patrick, to terminate John Connor in another attempt to rig the game and win the war. And Sarah has been sectioned as she's seen as a lunatic because of what she says about the Terminators, and John Connor believes it's a load of bull crap and is with a foster family till he realises the T-1000, that's in the form of a cop played by Robert Patrick, is after him and trying to kill him, till he realises that there's the T-850 or T-800. What was he in this? T-800, the T-800 model. So again, it becomes a game of cat and mouse where John Connor has to be protected, and also Judgment Day is upon them in exactly 2 years from the film. So again, the Terminators come from the future, and this film came out in 1991 and is set actually 4 years in the future. So 4 years at the future at the time it was made. So yeah, again, freaky future. So yes, John Connor is like 13 now, he's a kid, and he is raised to be the lead. Well, he's going to become the leader of the resistance, and along the way there, when they break Sarah out of the mental hospital and the T-800 is after them, the T-800 is a liquid metal shapeshifter, so it can replicate anyone. And yes, they also have to destroy the chip from the first film and the robot arm. So the robot arm and what was left of the chip was found by engineer Miles Bennett Dyson. Miles Bennett Dyson, played by Joe Morton, who makes this special project called Cyberdyne, which is the birthing of Skynet. So basically, the events of the first film kind of caused Judgment Day, and 2 years from there, if they don't stop it, Skynet will be a weapon advanced program, and in an effort to pull the plug, Skynet launches its missiles as it becomes self-aware and nukes the Earth on August 29th, Judgment Day, and 1997, which is Judgment Day, and they have to stop it. So basically, one part of the mission is to destroy Cyberdyne and all of Miles's work, and when Miles is also shown this, because Sarah also attempts to kill him, but once they talk him round and tell him the truth and everything of what will be, he then agrees to help them destroy his work and to stop Skynet from ever being born. And of course, he succeeds. This film is like 28 years old, so again, I don't think I'm giving any spoilers away. So, Yes, and after they've done that, the T-1000 is still on his mission to terminate John Connor, but fails as the finale takes place in a steelworks. Either way, the T-1000 gets melted away in the lava, and then the Terminator terminates it, well, gets Sarah to lower him into the lava so everything from the future is destroyed and Judgment Day can't happen. So, let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this one. First of all, the likes. Again, I liked Arnold Schwarzenegger in this as the T-800, and this time he was good. He was programmed to be friendly and protect John, and I liked that. I liked him as a good guy. He was badass, and like in the soundtrack to that, Bad to the Bone. I also had little bits of light humour in this, like how the Terminator bonded with John, how John taught him human emotions and responses, like going, "No problemo," or "Hasta la vista, baby," which again became memorable. The line "Hasta la vista, baby," when he shot the T-1000 as it got frozen. Yeah, I liked Arnold Schwarzenegger's performance in this. I also loved Robert Patrick's performance in this as the T-1000. Now, the T-1000 was a more advanced model, and it was just mean. It was thinner, it could run, it wasn't bulky like the T-850, T-800. Why am I saying T-850? T-800. It was a shapeshifter, it could liquidize. It was just a non-stop killing machine, and whose weakness is lava or acid. So, I liked Robert Patrick as the T-1000, and he was just bad in it, like badass. And the effects, I thought were pretty cool for the time. 1991, it had cool effects, and I thought, wow, that's actually quite good. I can't believe this was made in the early 90s, the year I was born, 91. So the effects, I love the effects for the T-1000. I also liked the return of Linda Hamilton in this as Sarah Connor, and I liked Edward Furlong. This was, I think, his first gig in acting, and has to be one of his very few gigs, because I don't know him for much. I only know him for that, Terminator 2, and American History X. But he was a great child actor in this, Edward Furlong, and he will be making, well, he won't be returning as John Connor in Dark Fate, but there'll be flashback sequences where he will have his face CGI'd onto a body double. Well, from what I know. Yes. I also loved the action in this. The action was freaking awesome. They upped the action, they upped the language, they upped the effects, they upped everything. Probably from the success of the first film, they got a bigger budget for this and more permission to close off areas, and it really paid off for me. They say Terminator 2 is one of the best action movies out there, and one of the best action movies out there, and I could not agree more. Terminator 2 is probably my favourite one in the franchise as well. And after that, that is when the franchise started to go down, but hopefully Cameron producing and co-writing Dark Fate, he could redeem it. He really could. So, yes, I liked the action, I liked the performances, I liked the story. I liked everything about this. Are there any dislikes? I can't think of any dislikes because I freaking love this film. It's 2.5 hours long, but it don't feel like 2.5 hours because it is that good. Yes, I like the light humour they added to it as well, especially when John was teaching the Terminator to smile. Like he went from a serious face and then just went like that. Yeah, I thought it was a little humorous in this one, a bit more light-hearted, but still keeping that R rating. I think that's one thing that the Terminator franchise has been missing for the last nearly 30 years. PG-13 I feel has made this franchise too soft and not as good. Terminator 3 I did like. I do like Terminator 3. It's a good film, but the second one, it's not as good as the first. Let's just say, Terminator 3 is a decent film. It's just not one of the best. It's not one of the best in the series. But we're not talking about Terminator 3. We're talking about T2. Yes, so those are all my likes, and like I say, I don't have any dislikes really. Here's some fun facts. Do you know that the role of the T-1000 was originally offered or considered for Billy Idol? Yeah, Billy Idol was considered for the role. There's even, like I say, art of early drafts of the T-1000, and the design does look a lot like Billy Idol. So that would have been interesting, but they didn't go in that route. But yeah, I thought this was a great film. Great film, great action, great everything. It was just a brilliant film. Please excuse the dogs barking downstairs. Someone's obviously at the door and she easily gets wound up, so excuse the dogs barking. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up now because, like I say, I've covered everything that I want to in this. So, Terminator 2. The cinematography, the effects were great, even more improved than that from the first film. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Terminator 2 Judgment Day 5. 5 robot hands, or robot claws, out of 5. So that has been my review on Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Have you seen this one? You probably have. Either way, let me know down in the comments below, and we can have a discussion if you wish. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. So I've been Random Ross. This has been a Freaky Future review as part of Freaky Future Month. So until next time, don't have nightmares.